too long.
8:25, welcome back to BT on this Friday. Canadian Environment Week continues. Joining us right now, David Laws, Exec Director of the BC Used Oil Management Association. Welcome to you.
Thanks.
This is an interesting scenario. If we're looking at our house, we're looking at some oil that may be in the garage, thinking what is the best way to dispose of it. That's where you guys come in, really looking out for people and the environment. So give us a bit of a background how this association works.
Yeah, well, the association for consumers, for that stuff sitting around in your garage, don't let it sit around for too long and take it back to one of our recycling centers for free. There's over 300 across the province.
What is too long?
As soon as you've changed your oil, hopefully you're taking it back right away. Don't let it sit there, get water or contaminants in it, because if it does, it's less likely we can turn it back into new lubricating oil. If it's quick and clean when you bring it back, then we can get it back into new lubricating oil.
And how does the collection process work for you with the oil, whether it's at home or in one of the bigger auto garages?
The big auto garages are great. Most people don't know that when they take their vehicle there, they're actually recycling, because we have registered collectors that go to those garages, pick up all the oil and antifreeze and filters and containers that are at those shops, and make sure that's responsibly recycled.
These are great points, because if someone incorrectly disposes of the oil or just throws it away, what is the damage to the environment?
Yeah, certainly there's an impact there, and it's disappointing because it's so easy to do this, and it's free to drop off at these public facilities.
Okay, so take us through the process. You collect the oil, how that process works, and then how it works through the plant to be reused.
Yeah, so it's collected at one of the 300 consumer centers, or there's about 4,000 pickup points across the province, professional lube shops. Our registered collectors will take it back to their facilities and get it cleaned up or re-refined, and then we're really lucky. In North Vancouver, we've got a re-refinery. 3/4 of the oil that we collect goes back through that facility and gets sold as new oil, new motor oil.
And how many times can it be recycled in the process?
It's a lot. It really depends on how clean it is when it comes back. If it's free of contaminants, it's more likely to be put back in a closed loop scenario in British Columbia, recycled right here in British Columbia, and sold as a new product.
And you mentioned some of these depots as well. So if somebody is bringing the oil, being proactive about things to the actual center, how does that process work?
Yeah, it's really easy. Find the nearest location to you on bcusedoil.com and just drop it off at the facility. Many facilities we work with take back multiple materials, so if you've got batteries and tires, you can take back that as well, and it's free to drop off.
And if we look at volume, and we're looking at one of the centers right here, how much do you collect and recycle in any given year?
Yeah, so British Columbians love to recycle. So 50 million liters of motor oil is collected every year and recycled. We just had over 50 million in the last year. And if I did my calculations correctly, that's like 20 Olympic-sized swimming pools. A
lot is changing, and is BC considered a leader when we look at this habit of recycling oil?
Yeah, they certainly are, and not just with oil, but other products. With the policy in BC for making industry responsible for taking back, the people that make and sell products, take it back and recycle it.
Overall, if you look at the motivating factors and we look at Environment Week to encourage people, inspire them to change their habits, what's the one key message you want people to keep in mind when considering making the effort, going to the center, or just doing things differently?
Yeah, don't let it sit around in your garage. Get it back to a recycling center as quick as you can.
Nice and simple. Well, there are plenty of centers. We're going to put the website key on screen for you to find some of these centers. bcusedoil.com is where you go. David, appreciate you coming by with all this info.
Thanks very much.
All right, we'll take care of the environment together. Greg Harper, he's got some of our top news stories.